food industry endure insects in the future? Millions of larvae wrapped around blackened fruit pieces and rancid meats are an image that will spoil most people's appetites. But these little cubs will soon enter the food chain and take their place on our table. The South African company, Agri Protein, started operations a year ago to build the world's largest fly larva farm in this field where it produces test products. In the USA, France, Canada and the Netherlands, large-scale insect production is being introduced as chicken, pig and fish food. Hundreds of people attended the Insects to Feed the World conference in the Netherlands in June last year. Most participants believe that insects will soon replace cereals and soybeans in feeding livestock. Chickens occasionally eat for insects, but for the first time it is planned to feed large amounts of insects to farm animals for the first time. So, are people ready for the idea that their food products should be fed with insects? Alternative animal feed. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, population growth and increase in demand for meat and fish in 2050, cattle by 70% more food will be needed, he says. This will bring an extra burden on arable land and fish stocks. Today, 1/3 of the fish are used as animal feed. Feed for livestock is becoming increasingly costly. Therefore, alternative animal feeds gain importance. Agri Protein aims to produce 20 tons of larvae and 20 tons of fertilizer per day at the commercial larva farm in Cape Town. Different waste products are used to feed the larvae of 3 different species of flies, such as food residues, fertilizer, slaughterhouse residues. Female and male flies are produced in giant containers, then eggs are removed and mixed with these substances. 1 kilogram of fly eggs turns into 380 kilos larvae in 3 days. The dried larvae are ground into nitrogen-rich fertilizer. This product is registered as chicken and fish feed in South Africa. Agri Protein is also awaiting approval for the use of iron-rich larvae that feed on slaughterhouse waste products as pig feed. Canadian Enterra Feed Corporation plans to triple larva production to use as pet feed, while American EnviroFlight produces larvae as fish feed. In 2016, Insect will start producing large-scale houseflies near Paris. Legal barriers. However, laws in some countries prevent such initiatives for today. In the European Union, insects are subject to the rules governing animals that fall within the scope of traditional animal husbandry. That is, these proteins can be fed to pet animals, but cannot be fed to animals reserved for human consumption. It is also forbidden to feed livestock with kitchen wastes and fertilizer. In the U.S., each state has its own rules. In some states, such as Ohio, insect protein can be fed to animals fed for human consumption. In Canada, it is on the agenda to allow the use of insect larvae in agriculture and chicken feed. So how do consumers look at eating meat from larva-fed animals? It is estimated that most people do not care. Proponents of this trend emphasize that hen and fish eat insects in their natural habitats and that larvae will become a major sector in the next 10 to 15 years.